Hey everybody, welcome to the SideQuest. We are your favorite video game podcast. Here I am, Dali clicking to make sure that all the video works and audio works. Feel free to go to SideQuesting TV over at Twitch and let us know that shit's working.
Hey, who's that in the middle?
Who's that in the middle? Okay, wait, hold on. Aaron Scratty Bones Kelly.
Hey.
Twitch affiliate Aaron Scratty Bones Kelly. How's it going, Aaron?
It's okay. How you
And
doing?
we're also joined by Princess Peach, also known as Sam Dixon.
Hello, friends. I feel like it's been a while. How long has it been?
A while.
5 weeks, I think.
Jeez.
I think. Were you on the drunken podcast when we did the Game Awards?
The Game Awards? That may have been the last time I was on.
I believe so. I think it's basically been the Erron
Well, that was the 12th, so 4 weeks.
Yeah, I think something like that.
4 weeks sounds right. Hi, Sam.
The fall/winter sports season.
It begins. Oh, how you guys doing?
Not great.
Not great. Uh-oh.
You want? Let me tell you about my week. Monday, one of my coworkers' shitty friends tried to startle me in my store. Upon realizing that there was somebody in my store, I stood up because customers, I don't want them stealing shit. Got to keep an eye on them. Knocked my coffee directly into my $1,200 laptop. So that's done.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that sucked. So then Tuesday's my day off. That's fine. And then Wednesday, back to work. Step out my door, go to the post office really quick to check the mail, come back to the apartment to drop my mail off, step out the door a second time, get attacked by a pit bull.
Attacked by a pit bull?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
See that? See that dot right there?
Uh-huh.
So that's one tooth mark. That's the other one.
Oh my
It's interesting that you got your middle finger in its throat. Were you trying to stab it?
No, it got me by the hand. It got me by the hand, but I had gloves on, so I fucking snapped like in the direction it was moving to throw it off, so it only got the one finger. But
were you just like really pissed at it and dropping like middle fingers, like dropping F-bombs, like "fuck you, Pitbull"? "Fuck you, Pitbull." That's what I think of your Fireball
I hate
song.
your music.
Yeah, Mr. Worldwide. I can't believe Pitbull, the singer, actually bit you. That's insane.
Can you believe it, Mr. Worldwide? Turns out he's got to think about biting.
Mr. Mouthwide.
I know. I'm friends with the owners, so I was like, well, I can't kill this dog. Like, Pitbull, wild Pitbull. It's either gonna fuck you up or you got to deal with it quick, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting there going, what the fuck am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I can't kill this dog. They're coming. So it got like 2 or 3 lunges at me after the first one where it got me, and then they grabbed it and calmed it down. And then it was doing the doggy thing where it was like pressed up against me, like
it was doing the doggy thing,
like it was pressed up against me but not looking at me, like, hey, what's up? And I'm just like, oh, who's a good girl?
Who's a good girl?
But so that's been my week. I blew.
That's awesome.
My laptop is totally shot.
Oh, dude. So what are you even recording on now? Like, how is this?
I'm on my home PC right now, but
okay.
my laptop was my gaming laptop, which I was leaving at my store to run my store off of.
Oh, man.
So right now I'm running my store off an ancient knockoff, like
Chromebook.
Like not even a Chromebook. It's like a tablet. It's like an Android tablet, but it's like so old that it can't even run like current Android.
Huh.
And my phone. It's not going well. But
oh Lord.
So
that's not good at all, dude.
Well, yeah, it's crazy.
Well, I mean,
I bought that laptop before I bought that laptop when I was still taking care of my grandmother, so all of my income was disposable income, basically.
Shit. Can you recover anything that's on your laptop?
I have no idea.
Can. I think you can once it dries out. Throw it in like a big bucket of rice or something.
It's literally sitting in a garbage bag that's layered with rice, so it's totally submerged in about.
And you haven't tried to turn it back on since, right?
No.
So I've had my MacBook, my first MacBook that I own. I was doing some graphic design work for someone. I had a couple buddies over helping me out, and I knocked like a 3/4 full bottle of Heineken over, and it landed on my keyboard of my MacBook, and just spilled everywhere, and I freaked the hell out, to the point where, not because of my laptop, because obviously the work and stuff that was already on there, I didn't back anything up. This was like 10, 15 years ago, before people were actually backing anything up, and so I dabbed it with a towel and napkins and stuff, and did not turn it off. Did not try to let it air out. I just kept going. It somehow worked. I kept going and ended up, it worked fine. And I think it lasted like 2 more years before I sold it to some unsuspecting schmuck. But it had beer still in it, still sticky beer on the inside. The only problem was that one of the keys was a little bit sticky through, to the end of its life. So
the problem with this is that everybody suggests, like, if you manage to turn it off essentially right away before it shorts, you can do the rice, you can dry it out and do the rice trick, and you might be okay. But every single one of those people or articles or whatever suggests taking the battery out.
Yeah, it's true.
My battery in that laptop is internal. It's inside the case, so I'd have to disassemble the whole thing to get the battery out. And it's just like, well, I can't. I don't have a screwdriver for that right now.
Throw in that rice, let it soak up, and then
it's been in there. It's been in there since Monday night. So it's Friday now. I'm probably gonna leave it till Monday. Give it a full week.
Yeah,
and then test it. But
it could be okay. I mean,
come on.
If worse comes to worse, you just take that hard drive out. The hard drive is probably safe.
I don't remember the exact model, but it's one of the Asus Republic of Gamers laptops. It's the one. I don't know. It's got like a 1060 in it, like an actual 1060, not a laptop 1060. Like, it's a beefy laptop.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it does work out for you, but there's probably a lot of space in that case, I would assume, just for ventilation for those cards and stuff. So that one got a lot of room to move around.
No, what'd be nice is if, because they made this for gamers, they realize how fucking disgusting 90% of us are, and they put like a little shelf underneath the keyboard, so that every time you spill a Mountain Dew in there, it runs it into the empty part of the case instead of down onto the motherboard. How nice would that be? But that's been my week. What have you guys been up to?
I mean, I've been in Vegas for CES and I got sick.
Yeah.
But that's pretty normal with any, anytime I go to any of these stupid events. Not stupid,
the convention flu.
It's the pox, yeah.
Did you see the 90-inch window?
The 90-inch window.
Yeah.
It's like a bezel-less screen. Is that the one you're talking about?
The Samsung. Yeah. I walked past a few of those things. They were pretty interesting. Well, I can talk a little bit about some of that, some of the wonderful stuff that I did see there. The TVs, man, I tell you, I just got a 75-inch TV, which I love, but unfortunately, after getting it like literally a month ago, I'm already in like buyer's remorse, because everything is so much cooler at everywhere else. And so Samsung, LG, was it TCL, all these Panasonic, everybody had some amazing television technology that makes you want to go out and buy a new TV. The bezel-less stuff is really nice. Samsung had that roll-up screen. There's like transparent OLEDs that are all over the place now too, so you can actually have like a screen that's literally a window.
What's the deal with those what are they called, like the dual pumps, the dual plug monitor?
Dual plug monitor.
I can't remember what it's called.
I didn't look it up. I didn't see it.
Or TVs rather.
Yeah, I didn't look for it.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, you figure that out. I will say the only dual, I saw a bunch of dual screen stuff that was popping up all over the place. Dual screen laptops, dual screen phones, dual screen TVs, monitors, that kind of stuff that seemed to be pretty cool. Seems like everything's going, instead of super wide screen, a lot of things are going dual screen for like PCs and stuff at home, because of the portability, and the reconfigurability. A lot of people don't like to have one giant wall. They like to have sort of two separate pieces that can be reconfigured and readjusted. So I saw a lot of that happening, which seemed pretty cool. Did you find it, Erron, or no?
No, I'm still looking.
Okay. I hopped on over. Yeah, technology's crazy. This was
dual cell.
Dual cell. No, I did not. No. But micro LED is the next jam. I will say that. OLED is still the best picture, but micro LED, micro LED, is think of like all the little LED pixels being separate, so you can almost create like it's not confined to rectangles anymore. You can basically make a round TV if you really wanted to.
I do want that.
So that's pretty cool. Let's see here. I'm going to be pausing and unpausing as I'm coughing like crazy, so bear with me. A lot of car stuff. Okay, let me talk about some of the gaming stuff and VR stuff. There wasn't a lot of VR stuff, honestly. I'm starting to wonder if VR is maybe on its way out, but how can it be on its way out when it never really got there in the first place? But the Panasonic, I think it was, had this VR headset that instead of being a big giant piece, actually looked like two steampunk goggles. So you put this thing on, it's like these two little small goggle things. Those felt like we're finally starting to get to the point where VR isn't this big, bulky, massive thing. Because you don't really need all that space in a VR headset. You just need the two screens and points
I'm still waiting for the Adam Jensen where I can get those two little things surgically implanted into my nose and whoop, two lenses pop out.
I think that's where we're going. That's definitely the AR stuff that we'll see. Let's see here. So that was that, and then I went to the Arcade 1-Up area. They had a giant, I think like 16 foot tall NBA Jam cabinet, which is pretty funny. So a bunch of us, you're basically tiny. It's as if you were like a 3-year-old playing an arcade cabinet.
You're saying I would be normal size.
It's normal size for Erron. And then Stern Pinball actually had something kind of cool. They had a pinball table that you could stream from, which is kind of interesting. I would have never thought about streaming from a pinball table, but apparently it does a 1-to-1, replication or whatever onto a live stream. So that could be something that's kind of interesting for folks that are hardcore pinball players. I used to be huge into pinball machines back in the day. And I'm still okay. I'm still kind of into them. I got to maybe pick up some new tables here and there over the next few years, but that seemed pretty cool. But yeah, not a ton of gaming stuff this year. But TVs, man. TVs are everywhere. Sony had their car there, which everything is named Vision when it comes to Sony and cars. A lot of flying cars, the helicopters type of thing. And no teleportation, unfortunately. But TV's getting cheaper. I'll let you guys know that much. If you're looking to buy a TV right now, if you wait a week, you'll have a better quality TV at that same price. If you're listening to this podcast at any point throughout 2020, the TV that you're looking at right now will be cheaper next week. So just replay this maybe in July or May or November of later this year, and this statement will hold true. It's amazing how fast those prices drop. I will say, though, that speaking to the folks around the world, TV prices in the U.S. are cheaper than they are in the home countries of these manufacturers. So Samsung, Sony, LG, Panasonic, they all pay more for the same TVs, yet they're manufactured over there, which is pretty crazy. And they just want to move them in the U.S. We just buy everything in bulk here. So, yeah, it's cheaper to buy a Korean or Japanese product in the U.S. than it is to buy it in Korea or Japan. And that's CES for me. I almost said E3, which is terrifying because we are 5.5 months away from E3.
Oh, God.
Finding out more about the 5 months away. Shit. Yeah. Okay. It's terrifying times, my friends.
Finding out more about the Xbox Sex.
The Sex Box. Xbox Sex. Yeah, baby. And then the PS5 logos. Talk about them logos.
Yeah, that was the thing. Hey, look at this. It looks just like the last one.
One thing I did love, and I don't know if you had this in the news at all. Let's get into the news. How's that sound? We talk
Yeah,
about
right.
news and what we're playing. You guys start with your new stuff. Go ahead.
I have one.
Sweet.
Hey, you guys remember Monster Hunter World?
Yeah, Monhun.
Yeah, the new expansion came out. And it's causing shitloads of technical issues on PC
The expansion for PC.
The expansion for
on consoles, yeah.
The expansion for PC just came out. I think it's been out for a month on console, maybe 2 months.
No, I thought it was September. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? It might have been that long.
Anyways, whatever.
Anyway, it's causing a whole bunch of technical issues, up to and including just straight up deleting your saves.
Oh shit.
And here's the best part: it's causing it for players who don't even own it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. How is it? So it's got to be an update that's causing it, right?
Totally.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yep. Don't turn on Monster Hunter if you're if you wanna play Monster Hunter. Don't turn it on. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
I'm sure that'll be patched out super fast because that's a huge game. Isn't that Did they say that was like their Capcom's highest selling game of all time was Monster Hunter World?
Yeah, that game is done exceptionally well. But right now, not a good time to play it.
Nope.
I have it, and I have not turned it on to even update that game yet.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's a lot of a lot of bumming out for that. Yeah, I haven't played it yet, but it's funny because at CES I did speak to a couple of folks that were hardcore about Monster Hunter and hoping for, what the next steps are for that series because they're obviously working on the next one, whatever that may be, but who knows? So, cool. Yeah. What other news you got?
I'm just doing a quick glance through here. We're still slow news period.
It is. Well, we can talk Go ahead.
I was gonna try and pivot us towards Pokemon.
Okay. Briefly.
Hey, you guys remember Pokemon Go?
The game that I still play nonstop, like daily.
Apparently, you and everybody else, because in 2019 they raked in almost $900 million in microtransactions.
Their biggest year ever, huh?
Yeah.
That's insane. It's continually growing, and I saw the comparison to the the Harry Potter game, which was supposed to be even bigger, but the Harry Potter game gained like 23 million compared to Pokemon's 900 million.
I mean, I want you to really think about the fact that Harry Potter game made $23 million. There were people willing to spend money on that piece of utter dog shit.
It is so bad. It's so bad. I mean, it's not a fun. It's overly complex for what it could be.
And just bad.
It's just bad. It's not a fun game. Nope.
It's not fun. It doesn't look good.
I think what's great about the Pokemon game, the Pokemon Go, is that it's so simple to play and learn.
Pokemon.
And it's Pokemon, and it's like obvious,
I still can't play it.
Yeah, on your crappy phone.
Yeah, no data.
That sucks.
I have no data plan. That means no Pokemon.
You have a Wi-Fi plan. But yeah, good luck trying to find places with Wi-Fi that have Pokestops near them.
Well, that's the funniest part. I live in a tiny village, so there's not really a lot of those things here.
Starbucks is like the only. If there's a Starbucks in the area, that's the only place that'll have.
There's no Starbucks here. We have a Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons isn't a Pokestop though.
No, but so it's like, even if I have Wi-Fi coverage over the entire village, and I've got honestly pretty decent coverage because it's super not hard to guess people's passwords if you see that their Wi-Fi is just like their house name, like last name house, or their phone number. Chances are their password is probably the same thing as their Wi-Fi name, or it's their phone number.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
So
there are people that actually still do that.
Oh yeah. But so I have pretty decent Wi-Fi coverage, but there's just not a lot of shit here.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon. That's it. That's all I got.
Well, speaking of Pokemon, the internet erupted in furor as
he's been dead for like 7 years.
Shoot, you're right. Yeah, never mind. No, Pokemon had a direct this week, and I'm still convinced that we're going to have a proper Nintendo Direct in the next week or two here, because timing is right. There's
Right.
Pokemon Direct
I forgot about this.
Yeah, that revealed that there's going to be 2 new Pokemon expansions coming in Expansion Pass. So you're going to get 2 new kind of locations. One is an island, the Isle of Armor, I think is what it's called, where you'll have a new dojo and new mentor, new quests there. A few new.
Is Hop back?
Hop is back. No, it's a whole new person named Mustard apparently. Colonel Mustard did it on the Isle of Armor with the wrench. No, and then there's some new Pokemon coming with that. And then they're going to have later on, I think that one's coming in summer, early summer. And then later in the year, probably fall, the second half will come out, which is the
Pantaloons.
No, I think it's the Galar Crown or Crown of or something like that. There's a crown. One is named as a crown. That I'm furiously looking this up just so I can find it. And that's gonna kind of be another sort of open-ish area where you can hunt Pokemon, and there's more dens and all that kind of stuff in there. And so that the plot narrative elements of that one haven't been announced yet, but it kind of coinciding with both of those is going to be a couple hundred new Pokemon, or a couple hundred Pokemon are going to be joining the game. Some old ones, some new ones, and some variations of Pokemon, Galar versions of stuff like Slowpoke and things like that. So the National Index, the Nindex, the Dexit is starting to grow. So the National Index is going to gain some of those Pokemon back, and then I think what Nintendo said was they have that Pokemon Home service, that kind of online storage service.
That's holding everybody's Pokemon hostage.
That's holding everybody's Pokemon hostage starting in February. I think Pokemon that you have in that are available in either of these 2 new updates will become available to you. So you'll start to have access to those Pokemon that you've caught in Pokemon Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, and anything else that you've transferred all the way from Pokemon Yellow and Red and Green. Yeah, it's kind of cool. We're getting all those Pokemon. I think it's like $30 for
people are pissed.
They're pissed. I love the conspiracy theorists.
I haven't read any of the complaints other just the general impressions. People are pissed off that it's an expansion. They're like, I can't believe game companies putting out a Pokemon expansion when they used to just put new games out. They could be working on a new game right now. It's like, motherfucker, all their previous games were just expansions.
Yeah.
Except they cost full price.
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were slightly modified versions that were like light expansions to Sun and Moon. Yeah, this is at least you're getting it for a cheaper price. You're getting 2 of them. But
I'm willing to put money down, considering that I don't play Pokemon at all. I'm willing to put money down that content-wise and like change-wise, it's going to be probably as much as you would have gotten in a release of a core game for half the price, maybe a little more than half the price. They're not going to release these expansions and charge like $60, right?
No, it's $30 for both of them. And for the folks that haven't picked up the game, I'm thinking you're going to have there'll be a version of this in the fall that includes the expansion and a copy of the game. So you'll have Pokemon Sword Ultimate, Pokemon Shield Ultimate with those expansions in there for a slightly reduced price. I will say one thing: if you own Pokemon Sword and you get this expansion pass, and then you pick up Pokemon Shield, you have to buy a separate expansion pass for that copy of the game, because the games right now are registering as 2 separate games within the Switch, not as the same game with some slight modifications. So.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. One of them's got a duck with a piece of lettuce, and the other one's got a unicorn thing, I guess.
A fiery unicorn. But, if you have friends that have the other version or friends that have this expansion pass and you don't, they can still trade you those Pokemon. So you legit don't need to buy this expansion pass to collect all the Pokemon. You'll be able to do it through trades and through online raids and all that kind of stuff. But there's still people out there who are so they're ingrained with this conspiracy idea that Pokemon Company and Nintendo held back all these Pokemon that they could have released when the game launched just to take our money later. Damn it, Nintendo, you did it. But no, it's just there's a lot of data that goes into these goes into games and development time. A lot of people just don't quite understand how development works. They're really quick to throw companies under the bus. And in this case, I think it's just there's so much juggling that you need to do for characters in Pokemon that don't break the system. I mean, you look at stuff like Smash Brothers, right? They dropped in, was it Hero back in like August or whatever it was, and that immediately broke the game because Hero was way too powerful compared to a lot of the other characters and a lot of the other fighters. And so doing that with Pokemon, if you have to go through the process of verifying each of these Pokemon, and it's not just adding a new character with a couple extra powers. Those could wildly affect other Pokemon, other aspects of the game. Each one you add. So
here's a thought, and this might come across as a somewhat controversial opinion, and in these dark days, Tangela is not in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and Tangela sucks.
Yeah, Tangela does suck.
So, like, who cares? Stop complaining, you fucking grown men.
I always called it Tangela.
Tangela.
Yeah, so there's no conspiracy. Sorry, guys. Sorry, conspiracy theorists. But it just takes a lot to balance this shit. So that's that.
It's what's cool about Pokemon, these new ones? If you hand them to somebody age appropriate, they like running around and catching the things.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
that's correct.
It's mind blowing.
Mind blowing.
Everything I read online tells me that it's a giant organized ring of crime dedicated to ruining Pokemon for all the true fans.
Oh, dude, speaking of organized rings of crime, there's a Netflix documentary coming very soon. Is it Netflix or might be HBO? I'm not 100% sure. About the McDonald's monopoly empire.
Nice.
Where, do you guys have the McDonald's Monopoly game in Canada?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Well, in the U.S., this guy was, I guess this guy's company was doing the printing for all this stuff. So he was legit, like over 10 years, this stuff was happening. The FBI was a part of this. This guy was like printing extra copies of all the different pieces, selling those to buyers, trading them to people, where he got like the mafia involved, strip clubs were involved, people were buying stuff. Like there's millions of dollars that this dude was profiting off of making, off of this stupid Monopoly game because he was running this organized ring of Monopoly pieces before he finally got busted. The FBI was involved in this thing. Authorities around the world were involved in this thing. Oh God, I'm really looking forward to this. Because I heard the story about this. That's why, the Monopoly thing kind of died for a while because you could never win. But now that I know, I'm much more intrigued. So there's an evil Pokemon ring running around right now.
Hey, you know what else is something related to Pokemon? I'm just looking at my email right here. I just got access to the Temtem stress test.
To the what?
It's a game called Temtem. It's on Steam. It's coming out on, I guess, the 21st, and it's essentially a Pokemon MMO.
Oh, that's
it's published
cool.
It's published by Humble Bundle. I don't know if it's going to be good at all, but
okay, yeah. Okay, I got it. Yep. I was curious about that. Okay, I remember that.
Yeah,
it's like the Pokemon. Yeah.
The best part about it is, so I got two emails. One of them is the stress test keys and the dates. The first stress test is January 11th, so that's tomorrow, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific, which would be 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. my time. I could have played that at work.
If your laptop was working. We'll get there. Oh, hey, real quick. Earlier this week, one thing we could have mentioned, Sony revealed that PlayStation 5 logo, which looks like the PlayStation 4 logo, which looks like the second PlayStation 3 logo.
Which also kind of looks like it says either P55 or PSS.
Yeah, exactly. P55 or PSS. Peace.
So we have the Xbox Sex and the piss.
And it's sort of like the PS Vita logo as well, actually, now that I look at it. But cool, that's it. That's all we got for that. Let's talk about what we've been playing, because I think that's always good. What were you saying? Good.
I was just going to ask if Sam put any porn on his LED screen at a sports game yet.
I have not. Everybody is fully clothed as far as I'm aware that I put on boards. Have had an interesting time with some of those.
Tell.
Oh no, I mean, just it's interesting. We've mentioned it before, working with equipment from the 1970 range from like 1995 all the way up to maybe like 2017. And and all the fun that comes with it. I have one computer that needs a specific thumb drive because I can't format it to anything modern. So there's like one computer that this thumb drive can also talk to a modern computer. So I have to use that to push new graphics onto it and stuff. So it's been interesting. But no, we're talking about video games here. Not sports games.
Usually.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I haven't played a lot.
Hey, me neither.
It's been like a month. I did get to play. I took my Switch with me. For New Year's, we went to Philly and hung out with some friends from college. And one of them is like wanted to be hard sold on a Switch. So I just kind of played like a couple minutes of Pokemon and Luigi's Mansion and stuff like that with him. And then also we played some Jackbox games and stuff like that. So nothing like too intense. I have played a little bit of Destiny 2. Man, games as a service games do not work for people who have full-time jobs. That's games as a job is what I think I'm starting to find out. And I like Destiny 2. I really enjoy a lot of its activities. I think it does interesting things with its story and how it does that in missions. But man, I just can't keep up with all this content. Now, I'm not looking to do raids or be, the top of the shooty shoots, but some of this stuff is like locked through seasons that you want to do with your friends. And everybody wants to be, a highlight level. So when the cool, like, when it matters activities show up, you can do that stuff and not feel like you're getting totally rolled. So it's kind of a delicate balance. I'm kind of looking forward to like the release of like Halo for next gen, just to kind of see like what we're getting for multiplayer going forward. Because I don't know, I think I'm worn out of multiplayer. It's weird. Does anybody else feel like that?
Yeah,
a little bit. A lot of it, I should say.
I could still play a multiplayer game, but I've been for the last like couple of months, I've been really craving a good single player experience. Just like sit down by myself, not have to talk to anybody, not have to coordinate anything. Yeah, nice it would be not have to coordinate something with a bunch of other people to play a video game. It would just be so nice.
Isn't that what like single player games are?
I don't know what that is. Single player games are dead. I talked to Johnny A.
Just make every game Death Stranding.
Make every
deliver
game
everything forever.
How do you guys feel?
But have not played it yet.
How do you guys feel about the fact that the player base of Destiny 2 on Stadia has dropped by half since Stadia launched?
I think that says more about Stadia than it does about Destiny 2.
Yeah.
How much is half of like 6? It's 3.
I want to say it was like 11. I think.
Why did you choose an even number that had like a logical half point?
I think
any odd number, that joke would have worked so much better.
I think it was 11,000 people. I think they peaked at something crazy, like something ridiculously low, like 11,000.
Oh, jeez.
Stadia, Destiny 2.
Stadia still around? Because it doesn't seem like it.
I'm sure you get 2 new free games here in about 2 weeks for Stadia, right? Don't they do like 2 monthly games?
Just under 20,000.
I get stuff from the Epic Game Store all the time for free.
They gave out a game a day from like December 19th through like Christmas.
Yeah.
And which was like really cool, except they doubled up on a lot of the games that they've been giving out over the year. So I'd check in for the day and it's like, oh, you've already got that game.
Me too.
And that's fine because it's neat, especially if you missed them. But because I've only missed one, I got into the habit of going, I don't have to check today. And now I'm just sitting here going, fuck, how many did I miss?
Crap. Yeah, that's
I will say that reminded me. I did play maybe like an hour or two worth of Hades, the Supergiant game, because I saw their post that was like, it's out on Steam, and I'm like, I've owned that game for a year now. And I played it, and I definitely played a couple hours of it when it first came out, but I hopped in there and doubled the length of my run that I had previously. So they added a whole bunch of new stuff to that game, and I'm probably going to jump into that lovely single-player game that I can play endlessly by myself.
Yeah.
And apparently they're just going to add entire new games worth of content every other month. So
that works.
As they've kind of been doing.
Supergiant continues to be great. There's the no-clip documentaries that are just starting about Supergiant 2. You should check some of those out. I've seen one or two of them. They were great. Yeah, other than that, I haven't played a lot. I played some board games. I feel like I got the rundown of the 2018 and 2019 best board games. I got to play Codenames, which is that...
I always wanted to play that.
It's very interesting. I watched somebody play it before I played it, and you definitely need people that are willing to play. But you can play it with just 4 people. Not very intense. I played the, One Night Werewolves game. And then I tried to play the Binding of Isaac card game where we got to setting it all up and then everybody's like, nah, this seems like too much, and then didn't play it. So I'm not sure what that says about that game, but I'd like to try it.
I play the game that all those one night games are based on, like Werewolf and Mafia and stuff. Like I play those on Steam. And since I've been playing those for so long, like my brain has formed around the idea that you have a set number of days to figure out who the werewolf is, not just one. And then it's over. So every time I see somebody playing one of those, I'm just like, that's not
Several Night Werewolf.
It's not enough time. Like everybody's like, oh, we're doing one night, and now you've got 7 minutes to figure out who the werewolf is. Good luck. And it's like, but I need victims.
I need victims.
I need to CSI this shit. What are you doing?
No, that's where all the cool, fun extra roles come in. Like, that's like if you find out that your card was swapped and you were the werewolf, like now's the time to tell everybody you were the werewolf, and this person that had your card swapped with is the werewolf.
Yeah, but then you find out that you got swapped back because there's 2 swappers.
There's a double swap.
That's the fun of the game.
I want to win.
I do like the drunk roll, though, in that game, where you don't look at your card at all. You just replace your card with one of the cards in the center because you were so drunk you forgot what your roll was.
One of those has the blackmailer, I think.
The blackmailer?
Yeah, it's a role in that game because there's a bunch of different roles. There's villagers and werewolves, and then there's a bunch of different like vaguely evil but not really roles.
Yeah, if you have enough people, there's like extra roles around it.
And I think the blackmailer's role is just if somebody accuses you of being the werewolf at any point during the game, and like essentially locks that choice in, you win.
Yeah, there's at least the one I played. There's the Tanner, where the Tanner is intentionally trying to get killed because he hates his job. And if the Tanner gets killed at the end, like everybody votes as him as being the werewolf, they win and everybody else loses. And then there's the Tanner's apprentice, and they wake up in the same time at the night so they can look at each other and see who each other are. And if the Tanner's apprentice can help get the Tanner killed, then they both win because he gets to upgrade to the Tanner.
He wants the guy's job, and the guy's job it is wants to die.
The only Tanner I know of is Danny Tanner from Full House.
All Tanners and Werewolf are millennials.
Of course. Yep, games I got to play. More board games. I got to get a good board game group because my daughter's still not old enough to really get into some of these things. But
you got to teach your kid Catan.
I'll tell you what board game has been great is Uno. If you guys ever played Uno is fucking good.
What's that? That Chinese table game Go?
Go!
Like
oh my
that?
god!
Yeah, you should teach your daughter that. And make her a Go champion.
Holy cow! If you can be good at Go, I don't even know how to freaking play Go. It's like the oldest game on the planet, but I don't know how to play it.
It's like 5D chess. It's very complicated. Anyway,
what have you been playing?
You played more than me, Sam.
I was let out of my cage for like a week.
Let out of your cage.
Took some deep breaths of air in, and then they're like, "All right, back in." I'm like, "No."
All right, Aaron, what do you got? What do you got for us?
I got pretty much nothing.
Sweet. Not literally, or well, your computer's dead, so that's probably why.
I had been playing XCOM, which I talked about last week, I think. And since then, I fried my laptop, so I haven't been playing anything at work. And I get home from work, and I'm so tired that I just haven't played anything here. Plus, it's AGDQ, so I've been watching all of that.
Okay, I gotta watch that. Yeah, I gotta watch that.
They've still got a day left, or maybe 2 days left, but yeah. They do that thing twice a year. They raise a lot of money, and it's very entertaining to me. And none of my friends understand how I can watch it because they don't give a shit about speedrunning at all. They're like, I can understand it if you speedrun games, but you don't. I'm like, no, I just like watching it. So it's entertaining. Funny. I'm watching it right now. Link swimming backwards. It's great.
What game is it? Link's Awakening?
It's Wind Waker.
Oh, Wind Waker. Okay, cool. I'll pop it on after this. All right. Well, I have been. Let's see here. I've been tossing coins to The Witcher by starting up Witcher. Getting back into Witcher 3. This time on the Switch. The show got me interested in it again, so I never completed it on the PS4. I think I own it in like 10 different versions of the game. Picked up the Switch version because I'll finally be able to play something, when I'm doing something else, which is more and more the value of the Switch, man, is being able to plop on the couch while I'm watching something or take a game with me to the office. And, if I get a half hour at lunch, I can like play The Witcher, which is pretty awesome. I'm actually able to put some hours into some of these big RPGs, so good on you. Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, yeah, graphical fidelity isn't anywhere near the PS4. Even if this game came out on the 360 or the PS3, this probably wouldn't match it. But they did some wizardry to get this game on working on the Switch on this little tiny device. Oh, I will say a device that's very similar to the Switch that I saw at CES was, oh shit, I forget which company it was. Intel, I can't remember who it was, but they had a little console. Hold on, let me see through my notes here. They had it was Dell. Dell had this thing called the Concept UFO, which was like a tiny little handheld PC that played games at like a pretty good resolution. Had a lot of the chips and shit baked in, but obviously not upgradable. But yeah, it's a cool idea that it's the concept. But anyways, back to The Witcher. Yeah, it's pretty amazing that they're able to get that sucker on there. And I've got only a few hours into it. That it works great on a plane. I'll let you guys know that much because you're just kind of walking and fighting enemies and shit. You know what does not work great on a plane? Any FPS is not good on an airplane because you're staring down at a screen in first person and you're getting I got nauseous or almost nauseous. I was getting that kind of weird queasy point that you get if you're looking at something that's supposed to have that weird draw distance. So I started playing Wolfenstein 2, which I really liked. The first game on the first Wolfenstein, or the remake, whatever it was, I don't know what it is, and then the sequel. I'm trying to get into the sequel so I can get into Youngblood, which popped out earlier this year. But yeah, I can't handle FPS games on the Switch on a plane. Maybe it's a good place to put that. But looks great. I will say that. I'm looking through stuff here. Trials of Mana, the Collection of Mana. Actually, I picked it up for the Switch. Been playing that. It's nice to play. I think it's available on everything right now too. It's nice to play that original Final Fantasy adventure. Making that from the Game Boy game. It's kind of amazing how much that holds up. Plot-wise and story-wise. I mean, it's actually really dark, really quick. That game is, 30+ plus years old at this point, maybe more. So yeah, the Collection of Mana, the very first game in that Final Fantasy adventure, whatever. I don't know what it was called on the, in Japan, but those are always pretty good. I finished the Luigi's Mansion. I got done with that. Playing some Pokemon. I'm 3 badges into Pokemon. All right, I got my fire badge, so I'll get far enough along where I think I'll have all the badges when that expansion comes out. Oh, and then finally, we got a review code for this little indie game called Pulsario, and essentially think of like a Flappy Bird, but it's a ship, and you're kind of going up and moving around a board as opposed to just left to right. So you can. What's kind of cool is that it's one guy developed it, one person developer, and I think there's kind of a cool. You can definitely tell the visuals are very basic, the sounds are very basic, but there's sort of an idea there, and I wonder if the dev just kind of put this out as a proof of concept type of thing to see if this works. But you're essentially flying a rocket ship around collecting these little gems on each stage, and some stages have like 15 or 16, some have like 40, and you die a whole heck of a lot because there's like a lot of inertia and forward motion. So you you hit the trigger button to the accelerator button to keep going, and then if you hold the accelerator button, you speed up really quickly, and it makes it very difficult to control this rocket as it's flying around, and you crash. If you let go of the accelerator, then it slows down real quick, and the rocket comes crashing back down to Earth, gravity-wise, and you crash and you die. There is, however, this slowdown button. So both trigger buttons, either left hand or right hand, you can use the slowdown button. So I'm actually holding the time slow button down while I'm sort of pulsing with the accelerator, and I'm finding that to be sort of the correct way to make my way around a level and survive a little bit longer. But there's like achievements in this. Like one of the achievements is complete a level without crashing. Yeah, there is no way you can complete a level without crashing. Just from testing this sucker out, just for whatever. It's got this really kind of difficult strategy to it, but I don't love the game. I don't really like the game, but I can respect the game because is that weird to say? Like, I don't like this game. I would never play this game if I didn't, if I wasn't, if I didn't get a review code for it. But I can respect it, and in a weird way, I can think, all right, one person developed this. There's kind of a nugget of an idea there. Is it worth checking out? Maybe the next game this person makes would be worth checking out because
you can respect the hustle.
I can respect the hustle. Let's just say that. Game on its own, nothing special. You played 1 million of them, but there's a little nugget in there that sets it apart, and that's this whole kind of pulsing motion rocket ship thing. And I think there could be something kind of cool. Maybe if this was like a car game instead of a rocket game. Maybe it was like a race car or something going around a track. I don't know. Maybe there's something kind of cool there. But anyways, that's all I've been playing. That's it from me. And I've been draining my nose because I got the pox, like I said. Oh, shout out to a few folks I bumped into over at CES. Andrea Renee from What Good Games. Hi, Andrea. And then Dwayne Yave, Suave Yave, if you find him on Twitter. Good dude. Yeah. Said hi to a bunch of folks there. That's it. That's all I got. I think that's it. I think we're done for the day, aren't we?
I got nothing else. We can make Sam talk for 20 minutes.
Sam was kind of quiet this whole time. I think he's just playing games over on his end.
Yeah, a minute for every week I haven't been here.
Yeah, a minute for every 5 minutes. Oh, we can talk about quick rumor. Actually, hold on a second. You know what we got to do? Our next podcast, since we'll be back in sort of the swing of things next week, we got to do our prediction show for 2020 because it's going to be a pretty big year for predictions. So, Sam, we're going to figure out what day you're free next week, and we'll try to get you on. And this will be crazy. We'll see if we can get you on. If not, you'll email us your predictions. You'll message us your predictions. But,
I missed Game of the Year stuff, and I'm heartbroken about it.
There's still time. I mean, you can still. What? Okay, go ahead right now. What are your What are your games of the year? Give us your 5 games that you've loved. I'm
I
writing
will
this
say
shit
that
down so I can do a post for you because I'm a good guy.
You have to hold it to me.
Yeah.
Hold me to it. I will say that Death Stranding was number 1.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's the best game that I would never recommend another human being play. Like my brother asked me if he should play it, and like halfway through it, I was like, "Nah, man, you'll hate it." And then I got to a part, and I'm like, you know what? You might actually like this. And then I got like towards the end of the game, and I'm like, I can't imagine telling somebody to play through what I just did.
That's awesome.
So I think it was amazing. I said I would do it with Metal Gear Solid 5, and I never actually did. I want to go back and like maybe platinum it, or at least try to get all the connections like pretty high up there.
You're in good company with everybody else that writes for this website, because I think unanimously we all liked it.
Oh God, I don't understand. I think it's really good, but again, I don't think another single soul should play it.
Holy shit, guys! Wait. Have we just given it our game of the year for the site? Because there wasn't a lot of like.
I think we might have.
Yeah. Even though I haven't technically played it yet.
Not a single person has disliked that game that writes for the site.
Yeah, it's the.
If I
it's a solid 7, baby.
Tom Johnson.
What's that?
I thought Tom Johnson would hate it for sure.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Tom though. We
did an episode where I'm pretty sure, like me and Tom, and somebody else was it JJ? Just talked about that game for like an hour. You were there too, but you haven't played it yet. But
no,
I'm pretty sure we talked about it for like a straight hour.
Awesome.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, hey, Death Stranding, Game of the Year. I'm glad the rest of the site agrees. God,
somehow.
I don't even know what I played. I haven't finished Pokemon, but that's been pretty good.
Okay. You got the sword, right?
No, I'm playing Shield,
okay,
I believe.
My bro, I'm gonna need you to catch one of those ponies for me.
Oh yeah, I am playing Shield then. I can get you a pony.
All right, sweet. Give me a pony.
What you got for me, bro?
I got a dude holding an onion.
Dude holding an onion. I ain't take no vegetables over here. Luigi's Mansion is very good, but haven't finished it yet. Astral Chain was very good, haven't finished it yet. Control was very good. I think Control would definitely be in my top 3.
Yeah, it was in mine as well. Yeah.
Just because I love a good story and love a good single player story. Game. Also got to play some of it on an RTX card, which was very nice. Gosh, what else came out this year or last year?
A lot of shit came out like earlier in the year that we're not even talking about, like Mario Maker 2 or.
Well, there's a reason we're not talking about Mario Maker 2.
Good game, but get it out of here. Toad's Treasure Tracker came out again this year, or was that last year?
That was last year.
Damn. All right, well. Destiny 2 Shadowkeep was fun.
Oh, yeah.
And now that I complained about Destiny 2 earlier tonight.
Have you done The Last Wish yet?
The Last Wish.
It's the raid.
Not. Oh, no, I haven't done the raid. No, I don't have that many friends.
I think it's the newest raid. Pretty sure.
I have that game on PC and PS4 now because for some reason I got suckered into buying it twice. Gosh, I don't know. What were you guys' favorite games? Maybe you can spark my remembrance of what happened this year.
Dali had an actual list. I had a fucking ridiculous list this year.
Well, go ahead. You can tell him yours, and I'll jump into mine.
I'm gonna have to look mine up.
Did Beat Saber come out this year? Because Beat Saber,
it may have come out this year. I don't remember. I'll write it down for you, and then if it didn't come out this year, then...
my top game, quote unquote top game, was Slay the Spire, because that officially came out this year. And then I had Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, Outer Worlds, Untitled Goose Game, and Death Stranding on there.
I also had Untitled Goose Game. I had Tetris 99. I had Ring Fit Adventure, Control, and Fire Emblem.
I did play Goose Game. Again, haven't finished it, though.
Yeah.
So many games.
That game's like 20 minutes long. What are you doing?
Too busy honking.
Go get them bills.
Too busy honking. That's the name. Okay, we just named our podcast this week. Too busy honking.
Now, honestly, with Goose Game, I like to turn it on and play through like one of those checklists, and then be like, "Okay, cool, next time."
There's only like 2
Next time on
checklists.
Goose Game.
There's only like
No,
2.
there's a couple of. I've been through like 3 or 4 at this point.
Did you put the rake in the lake?
I don't remember if I put the rake in the lake, but I did set the table for dinner. I have what was the? Oh wait, I have made somebody break a vase.
Mm-hmm.
I've made somebody spit out their tea.
Did you lock the child in the phone booth?
No, but I did take their toy.
Nice.
Made him buy his own toy
sucks.
back.
You can tell
Is it the
kids
same
suck.
kid? Kid sucks.
you can tell just by looking at him.
My daughter loved locking him in the phone booth. That was like as soon as that whole sequence would end, she'd start it up right again to get him in there. I think that's why I like that game so much. Cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good list from Sam on this week's episode of Too Busy Honkin'. It's a number 2. Too busy honking. Hold on. It's not just TOO. It's too busy. Okay, that's it. I love it. That's it. We're going to end this. We're going to end this farce. All right, my friends. It's been a fantastic episode.
Just so everybody's aware, Beat Saber came out May 1st, 2018. So
did it okay, so that's off your list.
2019 competitor.
That may have been on your list last
Guys,
year.
I went down
I only got VR headset this year because I got it post job. That was my Sam got hired. He's gonna spend $300 on a headset.
I went down a YouTube rabbit hole last week. Did you know that there are people who have entire YouTube channels dedicated to dance routines in Beat Saber, and they use full body tracking to make their avatars dance?
I do now.
I'll let you know that I've watched at least 5 videos on how to set up that camera in VR space, but in real space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Set up a real space camera and it tracks in VR. Just because I wanted to use it for work, and it's a lot of work to put that together. You need like a separate tracker.
I fell down like a one of those rabbit holes, and I think I started it with like some Beat Saber stuff. And I'll have you guys. Did you guys know that Hillary Clinton was the? No, just kidding.
You made the mistake of clicking 5 unrelated videos in a row.
Yeah, exactly. Next thing I know, I'm on the NSA NSA
the government.
List. The government. All right, I'm logging this off. I'm ending this podcast.
I watched a Japanese YouTube account play Beat Saber, and 5 videos later, I was on Jordan Peterson videos.
I was on InfoWars as a host. You can find us at SideQuesting.com, SideQuesting TV over on the Twitches and the YouTubes and everywhere else. You find us individually at Dali Demovsky. Sam, we can't find you anywhere, can we?
No, find me here and only here. Don't go looking.
You can go to SideQuesting.com and read all of Sam's wonderful pieces.
That I think the last one may have been published in May 2018.
Well, you're going to have a list going up tonight, baby. Aaron, where can we find you?
You can find me having bacon burgers with Alex Jones because I'm on that YouTube all the time.
Hell yeah. Hell, you won't be on a PC for a while. At least we know that much, unfortunately.
Did you guys hear the guy from Rush died?
Yeah, it's a bummer. I just found that out, yeah.
Let's end this on a down note. That's where I am. I'll be
official streamer check. When was the last time you streamed?
2018.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
I hit affiliate status, I think November 27th, 2018, so a couple months ago. And having hit affiliate status, which was my goal, I don't think I've streamed since.
That was like me with I'd always wanted to win a dance competition. I thought that'd be the funniest shit ever. So I was on vacation one time in Florida, and I walked into a bar with a couple friends. We walked into a bar. They just happened to have like salsa night with like a salsa competition, and I fucking won that salsa competition. I'm like, hell, there were only 4 people dancing, and 3 of them were my friends, and I was the 4th one, baby, and I won that salsa competition. Hell yeah. That's it. SideQuesting.com. Too busy honking. We'll see you all on the next episode. Peace. Bye, friends.
We did it.